Step back in time and rediscover the nostalgic foods that made the 1970s unforgettable. From beloved cereals to legendary snacks, these treats defined childhood memories and left a lasting craving for the past. The Marathon Bar wasn't just candy, it was a challenge. This legendary chocolate bar, introduced by Mars in the 1970s, was famous for its unique design, a twisted, braided caramel rope covered in rich milk chocolate. At a full 8 inches long, it was much bigger than most candy bars, and its chewy caramel texture meant it took a while to eat, hence the name Marathon. The wrapper even had a ruler printed on it so kids could measure its length, adding to the fun. Advertisements proudly declared it the candy bar you can't eat quickly, making it a favorite among kids who loved the idea of a snack that lasted longer. Despite its popularity, the Marathon Bar was discontinued in 1981, leaving fans heartbroken. While similar bars like the Curly Whirly still exist in the UK, nothing quite matches the nostalgic chewiness of the original Marathon. Wouldn't you love to unwrap one today? Imagine a Twinkie. Now cover it in a thick layer of chocolate. That was the magic of Chocodiles. This indulgent snack, created by Hostess, quickly became a childhood favorite in the 1970s. It took an already beloved treat and made it even more irresistible. The chocolate coating added a rich texture that balanced perfectly with the soft sponge cake and creamy filling inside. Chocodiles weren't just delicious, they had a fun mascot, a cartoon crocodile that proudly claimed, "It takes a while to eat a Chocodile." However, for many kids, the real thrill was simply getting their hands on one. Chocodiles were mostly sold on the West Coast, making them a rare treasure in other parts of the country. If you had a cousin visiting from California, bringing back a box of Chocodiles was like striking gold. Though they've made limited returns, the original 70s version remains unmatched. Would you take a Twinkie over a Chocodile today? Probably not. Some desserts are simple, but Jello 123 was pure magic. Introduced in the 60s but a household staple in the 70s, this layered gelatin dessert was as fun to make as it was to eat. The magic happened when you mixed the powder and poured it into a glass. As it set, it naturally separated into 3 distinct layers: a creamy mousse on top, a softer middle, and the classic Jello gelatin at the bottom. It looked fancy, but the best part was how easy it was to prepare. Just mix, pour, and watch the layers form like a science experiment in the fridge. It was a potluck favorite, a dinner party staple, and a nostalgic treat for kids and adults alike. Sadly, Jello discontinued this wonder in the mid-90s, leaving behind only fond memories of its futuristic-looking layers. Could it be recreated today? Possibly, but nothing will ever feel as magical as watching those layers form in your childhood kitchen. Nothing says 1970s convenience quite like a Swanson TV dinner. These iconic frozen meals were a staple of Friday night dinners, eaten in front of the family television while watching shows like The Brady Bunch or Happy Days. The meals came in aluminum trays, featuring classic comfort foods like Salisbury steak, fried chicken, turkey with stuffing, and mashed potatoes, all neatly separated into compartments. For kids, it felt like a special treat, while parents loved how easy they were to prepare. Swanson TV dinners weren't just meals. They were part of the TV culture that defined the decade. Today, frozen meals still exist, but they've changed. Gone are the foil trays, the retro packaging, and that distinct 70s charm. If you close your eyes and think back to peeling back that foil lid, wouldn't you love to experience that simple joy again? Part of General Mills' legendary Monster cereal lineup, Fruit Brute was introduced in 1974 as the brand's first fruit-flavored cereal. While Count Chocula and Frankenberry dominated the market with their chocolate and strawberry flavors, Fruit Brute took a different approach: fruity corn puffs mixed with colorful marshmallows. Its mascot, Fruit Brute the werewolf, wore rainbow-striped overalls and howled for attention in the commercials. The cereal had a slightly tart, citrusy flavor that stood out among its monster counterparts. However, despite its unique taste and branding, Fruit Brute was discontinued in 1982, making it one of the rarest Monster cereals. It briefly returned in 2013 as a limited edition release, but for many fans, the original 70s version remains unmatched. Fun fact: Quentin Tarantino featured Fruit Brute in Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction, making it a cult favorite among cereal collectors and movie buffs alike. While Fruit Brute may have howled its way into cereal history, it wasn't the only bold breakfast experiment to vanish from store shelves. Up next, we're diving into another nostalgic favorite that brought a whole new meaning to fun in a glass: Funny Face drink mix. Before the Kool-Aid Man burst through walls, there was Funny Face drink mix, a powdered beverage that made kids laugh before they even took a sip. Released by Pillsbury, each packet of this colorful mix featured a wacky cartoon character that made choosing a flavor as fun as drinking it. Kids had favorites like Goofy Grape, Freckle-Faced Strawberry, and Choo Choo Cherry, making the drink mix feel more like a group of quirky friends rather than just a beverage. The best part? It was originally sugar-free, marketed as a healthier alternative to sodas, though early versions relied on artificial sweeteners. Unfortunately, not all of the original character names aged well. Names like Chinese Cherry were later changed due to cultural sensitivity. By the late 70s, Kool-Aid had taken over the market, and Funny Face faded away. But for those who remember, the joy of mixing up a glass of Funny Face is something modern drinks just can't replicate. Long before pizza-flavored snacks were everywhere, General Mills introduced Pizza Spins, a crispy, bite-sized snack that delivered the perfect blend of tomato, cheese, and Italian seasoning. Launched in the late 1960s and booming in the 1970s, Pizza Spins quickly became a hit with both kids and adults. The snacks were shaped like tiny spinning wheels, making them fun to eat as well as delicious. Unlike simple cheese-flavored chips, Pizza Spins genuinely tasted like a miniature pizza, which was a novelty at the time. The marketing was just as bold as the flavor, with commercials positioning Pizza Spins as the ultimate cool snack for kids. Unfortunately, Pizza Spins disappeared by the mid-70s, possibly overshadowed by the rise of Doritos and other snack foods. Fans still talk about them today, wondering why no one has revived the original recipe. Wouldn't it be amazing to grab a bag of Pizza Spins at your local store? It's a 70s snack we definitely need back. Few snack cakes from the 1970s are remembered as fondly as the banana flip. This half-moon-shaped sponge cake was generously stuffed with a light, creamy, banana-flavored filling that made every bite taste like pure nostalgia. Unlike smaller snack cakes, the banana flip was large, almost the size of your hand, making it feel like a special treat every time you had one. The banana flavor was a huge hit in the 70s, with other products jumping on the trend. But the banana flip stood out for its perfect balance of moist cake and smooth, sweet filling. Packaged individually, they were a lunchtime favorite or a quick after-school snack. Sadly, as snack cake trends shifted, the banana flip disappeared from shelves. And despite a few imitations, fans insist that nothing quite captures the magic of the original. If you could take one bite today, would it taste just like childhood? Many believe it absolutely would. Saturday morning cartoons and sugary cereals were a perfect match in the 70s, and Baron von Redberry cereal made breakfast an adventure. This fruit-flavored cereal, released by General Mills, had a quirky, mustached pilot as its mascot, a World War I-style flying ace in a red helmet, who playfully competed with his rival Sir Grapefellow, who had a grape-flavored version. The bright red cereal was packed with sugary sweetness and a hint of tartness, making it a hit with kids. Commercials featured epic cereal battles between the Baron and Sir Grapefellow, drawing children into their world of aerial breakfast duels. Unfortunately, both cereals vanished by the mid-70s, making them rare gems in the history of discontinued cereals. Even though modern cereals have their charms, few have matched the fun and storytelling of Baron von Redberry. Would you trade today's cereals for one last bowl of this nostalgic breakfast classic? Breakfast in the 70s wasn't just about eating. It was about collecting, imagining, and sometimes obsessing. Enter Freakies cereal, created by Ralston Purina, which featured 7 bizarre little monster mascots that instantly stole kids' hearts. The cereal itself was simple, sweetened, crunchy corn puffs, but the real stars were the Freakies characters: Boss Moss, Snorkeldorf, Grumble, Goody Goody, Cow Mumble, Ham Hose, and Gargle. The animated commercials were pure 70s magic, showing the Freakies living in the Freakies tree, where their beloved cereal mysteriously appeared. Kids loved collecting Freakies-themed toys, stickers, and magnets that came with each box. Despite its popularity, Freakies disappeared by the mid-70s, though there was a brief attempt to revive it in the 80s, but it just wasn't the same. If you ever had a bowl of Freakies, you probably remember which character was your favorite, because for many kids, it wasn't just about the cereal, it was about the world it created. While Freakies turned breakfast into a collectible adventure, Danish Go-Rounds took a different approach, bringing the taste of a warm bakery treat straight to your toaster. Before toaster pastries became a permanent breakfast staple, there was Danish Go-Rounds, a forgotten gem from Kellogg's. Launched in the early 70s, these pastries were Pop-Tart's fancier cousin, featuring a round shape and a flaky spiral crust filled with sweet, fruity fillings like cinnamon apple and cherry. Think of them like cinnamon rolls but toaster-ready. Unlike Pop-Tarts, which had a flat shape, Danish Go-Rounds had a more layered, spiraled texture that made them feel extra indulgent when toasted. The combination of crispy edges, gooey centers, and sugary glaze made them an instant hit for rushed mornings. Kellogg's marketed them as the ultimate on-the-go breakfast, perfect for busy families. However, as Pop-Tarts grew in popularity, Danish Go-Rounds disappeared from shelves. Kellogg's attempted to revive them later as Danish Rings, but they never quite recaptured the magic of the original. If you remember biting into a warm, toasty Danish Go-Round, you know how much we need these back. The 70s were all about the space age, and no snack captured that futuristic excitement quite like space food sticks. Developed by Pillsbury in collaboration with NASA, these chewy snack bars were inspired by the real astronaut food used in space missions. Available in flavors like chocolate, peanut butter, and caramel, they were small, cylindrical bars packed with energy, making them the perfect grab-and-go snack. The packaging played up the space theme, making kids feel like they were eating the same kind of food as astronauts. Space food sticks weren't flashy, but they had a futuristic appeal that made them feel ahead of their time. Parents appreciated that they seemed healthy, while kids loved the novelty. Unfortunately, as space fever faded in the late 70s, so did space food sticks. They made a brief comeback in the 2000s, but never regained their original popularity. Wouldn't you love to snack like an astronaut again? Long before spray cheese became a novelty, Snackmate cheese was a revolutionary product. Released by Kraft in the 1970s, it was the first aerosol cheese, allowing you to spray creamy, processed cheese directly onto crackers, celery sticks, or, let's be honest, straight into your mouth. At the time, convenience was king, and Snackmate delivered on that promise. Just twist off the cap, press the nozzle, and a perfectly swirled ribbon of cheese appeared in seconds. It quickly became a party staple, transforming simple crackers into fancy hors d'oeuvres. Snackmate came in a variety of flavors, including sharp cheddar, Swiss, and even bacon cheese, making it a fun and versatile snack. While spray cheese still exists today under different names, Snackmate had a unique charm that embodied 1970s innovation. If you close your eyes, you can almost hear the sound of the can releasing that perfect cheesy swirl. Wouldn't you love to taste that nostalgia again? For kids in the 1970s, breakfast wasn't just about eating, it was about magic. Crazy Cow's cereal made mornings exciting by turning milk into a flavored treat. Introduced by General Mills, this fun cereal came in chocolate and strawberry flavors. But the real magic happened when you poured milk into your bowl. As the crispy corn puffs were mixed with milk, they dissolved their sweet powdered coating, instantly transforming the milk into a delicious flavored drink. Kids couldn't get enough of this fun and flavorful trick. The commercials were playful, featuring a goofy cartoon cow who promised to make breakfast better. Unfortunately, Crazy Cow didn't last long, disappearing before the 1980s. Some believe its powdery coating didn't hold up well, while others think it was just overshadowed by other cereals. Either way, fans still remember swirling their spoons through that sweetened chocolate or strawberry milk. If only we could pour a bowl today. Before Chex Mix took over the snack aisle, Doodads were the go-to mix for anyone who loved a salty, crunchy treat. Created by Nabisco, Doodads were a savory blend of cheese crackers, pretzel sticks, peanuts, and toasted cereal pieces, all coated in a light seasoning. The name itself made the snack feel fun and memorable. It sounded like something you'd grab by the handful while watching TV or hanging out with friends. The mix was perfect for parties, family game nights, or just snacking straight from the box. Nabisco marketed it as the ideal party mix, and for good reason. The combination of flavors and textures made it irresistible. Unfortunately, doodads were eventually discontinued, leaving fans searching for a replacement. While other snack mixes have tried to fill the void, none have quite captured the same magic. Wouldn't you love to bring a box of doodads to a party today and watch it disappear in minutes? But not all nostalgic bites were about crunch. Some delivered warm, comforting flavors with just a stir of a spoon. Up next, a forgotten instant meal that promised a homemade feel in a mug. Muggo Lunch. The 1970s gave us plenty of quirky foods, but Muggo Lunch took convenience meals to a whole new level. This frozen, compartmentalized meal was designed just for kids. Think of it as an early version of Lunchables, but for the microwave. Packaged in colorful fun boxes, Muggo lunch meals came with kid-friendly portions of comfort foods like spaghetti, Salisbury steak, and mashed potatoes. What made it so special? It was one of the first frozen meals designed for children, giving kids the independence to make their own meal by simply heating it up. It felt like a grown-up experience, yet the meal itself was tailored for young appetites. Parents loved the convenience, and kids loved the novelty, making Muggo Lunch a staple in many households. Sadly, as trends shifted towards other frozen food options, Muggo Lunch faded into obscurity. But for those who grew up with it, nothing quite replaces the thrill of peeling back that foil and digging in. In a decade full of convenience foods, Tuna Twist was a product that made tuna salad exciting. Released by General Mills, this seasoning mix was designed to add bold flavors to a simple can of tuna, making it easier to prepare a delicious meal in minutes. Tuna Twist came in various flavors, including cheesy, tangy Italian, and zesty onion, giving plain tuna a much-needed upgrade. It was an instant hit with busy parents looking for quick, tasty meal solutions. All you had to do was mix the seasoning with tuna and mayo, and you had a flavorful tuna salad ready for sandwiches. The product was widely advertised on TV, showing happy families enjoying their twisted tuna dishes. However, by the late 70s, Tuna Twist disappeared from shelves, leaving behind nostalgic memories for those who relied on it. Could it make a comeback? With today's love for retro flavors, a modern version might just work. When a candy bar is named after a baseball legend, you know it's going to be a hit, literally. The Reggie Bar was released in 1978 in honor of Reggie Jackson, the New York Yankees slugger who famously hit 3 home runs in Game 6 of the 1977 World Series. Produced by the Curtis Candy Company, this candy bar was a delicious mix of caramel, peanuts, and rich milk chocolate, all molded into a circular shape that resembled a baseball. The slogan was simple, yet effective. When you bite into it, it tastes like a candy bar. The Reggie Bar was famously thrown onto the field by Yankees fans when Jackson hit a home run, cementing its place in baseball and snack history. Though it disappeared from shelves in the 1980s, it made a brief comeback in the 90s. Fans still reminisce about its perfect balance of caramel and peanut crunch, making it one of the most legendary sports-themed snacks ever. Sometimes the best snacks come in the smallest packages. Cheese Tidbits, made by Nabisco, were tiny, bite-sized cheese crackers that packed a bold cheddar flavor. They were a precursor to Cheez-Its, but many who remember them argue they had a sharper, more intense cheese taste that made them incredibly addictive. Cheese Tidbits came in small rectangular boxes, making them perfect for on-the-go snacking, lunch boxes, and after-school treats. Unlike other cheese crackers, Cheese Tidbits had a unique crunch that made them stand out. Nabisco marketed them as the ideal snack for parties and game nights, and they quickly became a household staple in the 70s. Unfortunately, they were discontinued, leaving fans searching for a suitable replacement. While modern alternatives like Cheez-Its and Goldfish crackers still dominate the market, those who grew up with Cheese Tidbits know nothing quite compares to their original cheesy goodness. Unlike the sugary cereals that defined the 70s, Concentrate cereal was marketed as a nutritional powerhouse. Produced by Kellogg's, this cereal came in a small, unassuming yellow box and was made up of tiny flakes that looked more like powder than traditional cereal. But don't let its appearance fool you. This was a dense, highly fortified cereal designed to provide maximum energy in just a small serving. Parents loved it because it was low in sugar, yet packed with vitamins and minerals, making it one of the rare health-focused cereals of the time. Some kids found it a bit bland, but others discovered that adding a little sugar or mixing it with another cereal made it delicious. Many still remember how a small bowl kept them full for hours, a claim that few cereals today can match. Despite its dedicated fan base, Kellogg's eventually discontinued concentrate cereal, leaving health-conscious cereal lovers nostalgic for its unique, no-nonsense nutrition. For those craving a healthier snack with a touch of indulgence, the 80s introduced a peanut butter-packed treat that was as convenient as it was delicious: peanut butter Boppers. Peanut butter lovers of the 1970s had a special treat with peanut butter Boppers, a snack that combined the creamy goodness of peanut butter with crunchy toppings like granola or chocolate chips. Produced by General Mills, these indulgent snack bars were individually wrapped, making them a popular choice for lunchboxes and on-the-go snacking. They had a soft, chewy center made of peanut butter, which was then coated in various crunchy toppings, giving them a unique texture and satisfying bite. While peanut butter snacks remain popular today, peanut butter Boppers had a nostalgic charm that made them stand out. They were sweet, salty, and crunchy all at once, making them a favorite among kids and adults alike. Unfortunately, as snack trends changed, peanut butter Boppers disappeared from shelves, leaving fans craving their peanut butter-packed goodness. If you ever had one, you probably still remember that first bite. Wouldn't you love to taste it again? Long before Lunchables, Libbyland dinners made mealtime an adventure for kids in the 1970s. These frozen TV dinners were designed specifically for children, featuring fun themes like Pirate Picnic and Safari Supper. Each meal came with a compartmentalized tray, ensuring that different foods stayed separate, something that picky eaters loved. Along with kid-friendly main dishes like spaghetti, Salisbury steak, or hamburgers, the meals often included fun extras like desserts and punch packets. The colorful packaging and playful names made kids feel like they were eating a meal tailored just for them. However, despite their appeal, Libbyland dinners eventually faded away, likely due to changing food trends and the rise of more convenient snack-style meals. Today, frozen dinners still exist, but none quite capture the whimsical charm and excitement of Libbyland dinners. For those who remember peeling back that foil lid, these meals hold a special place in their childhood memories. Before Ritz crackers became the go-to for buttery, flaky goodness, Sunshine Hi-Ho crackers were the top contender. These crisp, golden crackers had a rich, buttery taste that set them apart from other snack crackers. Produced by the Sunshine Biscuit Company, Hi-Ho crackers were a staple in many households, perfect for pairing with cheese, peanut butter, or just eating straight from the box. Many who grew up in the 70s remember them fondly for their light, crunchy texture and satisfying flavor. Unfortunately, as Nabisco and Ritz crackers gained dominance in the snack aisle, Sunshine Hi-Ho crackers were discontinued, leaving behind a devoted group of fans who still crave their distinctive taste. While other buttery crackers exist today, none have quite matched the nostalgic flavor of Hi-Ho crackers. If they ever made a comeback, would you reach for a box? Imagine eating tiny, crunchy versions of Dunkin Donuts for breakfast. That was the genius behind Dunkin Donuts cereal. Introduced in the late 70s, this cereal came in two flavors: glazed donut and chocolate donut, replicating the taste of the famous coffee shop's treats in crunchy cereal form. It was a dream come true for kids who wanted dessert for breakfast, and many remember it for its sweet, satisfying crunch. The commercials made it clear. This was a fun, indulgent way to start the day. Despite its popularity, Dunkin Donuts cereal was eventually discontinued, making it one of the most sought-after discontinued cereals of the 70s and 80s. Today, with the continued popularity of donut-flavored snacks, it seems like the perfect time for a revival. Wouldn't you love to pour yourself a bowl and relive the sweet, crunchy goodness? Wasn't named after the soda, it was a legendary candy bar with 7 different flavored fillings inside one chocolate bar. This one-of-a-kind treat, produced by the Pearson's Candy Company, featured sections filled with a variety of flavors like coconut, caramel, cherry, butterscotch, mint, nougat, and fudge. Every bite was a surprise, making it one of the most unique candy bars of its time. The novelty of having multiple flavors in one bar made it a favorite among kids and adults alike. Unfortunately, due to production challenges and shifting candy trends, the 7-Up bar was discontinued. Today, fans still talk about it as one of the greatest lost candy bars, with no true replacement available. If you had the chance, would you take another bite just to experience the excitement of those 7 unique flavors once more? Inspired by the famous Pink Panther cartoon, Pink Panther flakes were one of the most visually memorable cereals of the 1970s. These bright pink sugar-coated flakes weren't just fun to look at. They had a sweet, fruity flavor that made breakfast feel like a treat. The marketing played up the cool factor, featuring the smooth, mischievous Pink Panther himself in the commercials. Kids loved the bright color, sugary crunch, and connection to their favorite cartoon character. However, as cereal trends shifted toward more health-conscious options, Pink Panther flakes faded away, leaving behind nostalgic memories for those who enjoyed them. While modern cereals have tried to capture similar flavors, none have quite matched the playful magic of Pink Panther flakes. Wouldn't it be fun to pour a bowl of pink cereal and relive the excitement of Saturday morning cartoons?